Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back with another live stream. Today, what we're doing, Arsenal's biggest match of the season so far is tomorrow, and it is against our former manager, having already played Villa early on, just about 3-4 weeks ago. We lost in a last minute goal by Buendia. We lost 2-1 at Villa Park. It is time for revenge in a crucial game at home at the Emirates Stadium, with some injury updates arriving for Arsenal's lineup tomorrow. Um, Mikel Arteta has told the Arsenal players to use their cruel defeat by Aston Villa earlier this month as fuel for tomorrow's title showdown. And anything less than 3 points tomorrow means that Villa can go above us in the league table as things stand, even if they were to take a point. If the points were shared, Villa would still be above us in the Prem table. The Prem table right now from 4th to 11th is so close. And even the top of the league so far with us and City in a matchup, City having to play after us, the pressure is on City, I would say, because they're playing after us. They have to go to the Stadium of Light. Keep in mind, Sunderland do have several players absent for AFCON. So we'll see how that game goes. But you guys know going to the Stadium of Light is not an easy place to go to. You know, we fumbled the bag there. Coachella, my brother, how are you doing? I hope you're well and hope your family's well. Hi, Lewis. Big up to you and big up to everyone watching on Twitter. Um, yeah, I can say a bit both ways. The pressure is mostly on us and on City. City are playing after us, but first of all, it's up to us to get the job done tomorrow. And I'm quite, very nervous for this game. It feels more nervy than a North London derby with how much pressure is on this season for Mikel Arteta to get us over the line, having coming second several times in the past. Especially with the amount of money we spent and the signings we've made, Arsenal do have the squad that it takes to get us over the line, but it's all about getting the results done, and that's what matters for this team. Going into tomorrow's lineup, before I get into the lineup, we're going to cue the intro. We're going to do a lineup breakdown and also talk about players unavailable for Aston Villa due to yellow card suspensions, but also players that are suspected out and possibly still a doubt for Arsenal's contention in the starting 11. So let me cue the intro and we'll get straight into the video. So going into tomorrow's game, I am quite nervous. This is a huge game for Arsenal as things stand. Big up to Static in the house. Thank you for tuning in. This is not going to be a long stream. I just thought I'd go live quickly to talk about my thoughts on the game. A more in-depth video of the game against Aston Villa was done on Rory's channel earlier today on his podcast. So if you do want to check that out, we were live on Rory's channel with Josh and All Things Arsenal and Tom on there as well. It was a great show. I hope everybody had a good holiday season, a great Christmas with your loved ones and family. But tomorrow's game is crucial for the Gunners. It is very important that Arsenal get the job done. And the last few performances with Arsenal have not been sustainable. If you're asking me, the own goals and also like going 1-0 up and sitting back, inviting pressure on us, allowing the opposition to grow into the game. It's not the way a title winning team performs. It's not the performances at all that we require to go into a title winning team. Yes, people can flip the script and say, oh, a title winning team, they dig deep, they get the results out anyway. But going into, challenging Manchester City, which I think it's more a 3-legged race than a 2-legged race. Aston Villa, if they beat us or draw to us, they can go above us in the league table as things stand. We have no room for error, and we've already lost points against Sunderland. We drew to City at home. Arsenal have a positive record at the Emirates, unbeaten record at the Emirates this season, and the last thing I want is Unai Emery to wreck that record at home. Sorry, my sister's dog is barking in the background. Please remember that tomorrow's game, Matty Cash and Boubacar Kamara will both miss Aston Villa's trip to London tomorrow because they're on 5 yellow card suspension, which is advantageous to us. But then again, let me tell you guys, the last time Arsenal played Aston Villa without Boubacar Kamara and Matty Cash, Villa won 2-0 against us. Well, they're already in London because they just played Chelsea. Yeah. The game against Chelsea should have easily won in that first half, 3-0. But the substitutions that Enzo Maresca made were very questionable. He is a terrible manager, in my opinion, a championship level manager. Game management wise was very poor. And the decision making of the substitutions that Enzo Maresca made costed Chelsea 3 points. And Chelsea were all over Aston Villa in that first half of the game, whereas Watkins got lucky with a wonderful goal. And then the second half, he does it again and he scores a brace. These are opportunities in the game tomorrow where I need Arsenal to have take all their chances, not have a 1-0 lead going into the second half. This is a game where if we end up in that situation, we could be punished by Aston Villa. And so my lineup going into tomorrow's game, big up Jose and big up Anthony. Hi, Adam. Hope you're well. My lineup going into tomorrow's game based on player availability, according to Hand of Ozil, Hand of Arsenal, whatever you want to call him, he said that Kai Havertz is in contention for tomorrow's squad. But it's going to be an assessment whether he's going to make the team or not, whether he's going to make the bench or not. And the same goes with the likes of Ben White. So it's interesting to see whether Ben White will make the team tomorrow. My main concern is whether Jurrien Timber is going to play and Calafiori. Jurrien Timber, for me, is crucial in tomorrow's game, as well as Gabriel Magalhaes. For me, the game against Brighton, giving Gabriel a little bit of game time makes sense in terms of match fitness-wise, and it only makes sense if he's going to start the game tomorrow. I'm having Gabriel Magalhaes in my starting 11. This is a game for Gabriel Magalhaes, and he is the heart of our defense. For me, he walks into that lineup, and we know we need him in tomorrow's game without a doubt. No shadow of a doubt for error tomorrow. My lineup going into tomorrow's game with what we have so far, I'm hoping Calafiori is okay. There was no indication other than Arteta's post-match conference that said Calafiori had a awkward injury. We don't even know what the injury was. We never heard anything. I know there were rumors going around that he done his hamstring, but if that was the case and if that was true, we would have heard about it by now. Sure, we wouldn't have heard it by Arteta or the physio team or whatever. We would have at least heard it in the media leaks or from trusted ITKs. And I'm thinking it's mind games going into this game. Oh, Coachella, you didn't have to do that. That's so nice of you. Thank you, Coach. Good luck for your game this week. Really disappointing that you didn't beat Aston Villa. I mean, you guys were all over them in the first half, and you should have easily been 3-0 up. The chances by Enzo Fernandez. And, bringing on Badiashile in that game, starting Badiashile was questionable. I'm not really a fan of him. Big up Tyrell in the house. Great show earlier, you and Jordan on the Red Talk. Thank you for the super chat, Coach. I really appreciate it. I hope you're live either tomorrow or when you guys are playing. Hopefully you guys get 3 points because Maresca's job is looking like it's a P45 waiting to happen. My lineup going into the game tomorrow, guys, let me know your lineup. I am nervous as hell for tomorrow's game. But my lineup is Raya in goal, Calafiori at left back, Gabriel back in the starting 11 where he belongs, William Saliba, Jurrien Timber. I know there is still question marks on whether Timber is available or not. We heard against the Brighton game that he was just left out as a precautionary substitution. I hope he'll be fine to play tomorrow, so I'm putting him in my starting 11. And my midfield is Bryce, Zubi, and Odegaard. I'm keeping Odegaard in the starting 11 because of his performance against Brighton. I do think he had a good game against Brighton, and almost like the Odegaard we saw before he got injured. And then my front three is Trossard on the left, Gyökeres down the middle, and Bukayo Saka on the right. This is a game where I really need to see more of what Victor Gyökeres can bring to the table. I know a lot of people were criticizing Bukayo Saka for not giving Gyökeres service, but in times in that Brighton game, you saw Saka was making crosses, even Martinelli, and there was no one there at the end to get those crosses into the net. Even that chance that Gyökeres had, where he should have easily tapped it in, he passes it straight into the keeper's hands. And I know he's going to take some time to adapt to the Premier League, so we'll see how he does in this game against Villa. This game for me is the game of the season for Arsenal because we cannot afford to drop any more points, especially when we're going up against Manchester City. And this Man City team, it's no longer just Haaland firing goals. You can't tell me it's just Haaland leading the line for Man City. You have Reinders, you have Cherki, even Savinho. I know Doku got injured. It doesn't matter because Man City are still firing goals. Even they have players like O'Reilly scoring for them. Man City, it's an opportunity where perhaps they can drop points against Sunderland, but with the amount of players Sunderland have out for AFCON, I really hope they draw that game and drop points, but I'm not relying on it. I'm not banking my money on other teams. Let Arsenal, we do the job tomorrow first because we're playing before City play. Tomorrow is our biggest game of the season. I am going with a 2-1 Arsenal win. I am praying we get the job done early in the first half, get the goals in, and just defend. Emery knows Arteta really well and Arsenal really well. It's almost like Emery has Arteta's number when it comes to game time and every time we play them. Big up, Jack. Hope you're well. Good AFCON streams you guys have been doing. Really good work there. The AFCON, I think Nigeria is playing Uganda tomorrow, but they've already on 6 points, so it's not really a matter of a game. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow, more so nervous than anything. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal, but I really don't. I don't know. It's hard to back us. Like some people are saying 3-1 Arsenal. I don't see it happening. Tomorrow is also Ollie Watkins' birthday, and he is a gooner. For me, it's inevitable that someone like Ollie Watkins or a Buendia scores against us. Even their midfield, McGinn, some of their players are quality, so I'm not going to rule them out. And you guys know when a match comes with Unai Emery, we should be toe-to-toe with them, and we shouldn't sit back and invite pressure onto us. We would get punished for that. Let me know your starting 11 going into the game tomorrow. You saw that performance that Chelsea had against Villa, and Villa are coming into the game off a positive result, destroying Chelsea. I know some people are saying perhaps this is a game for Eberechi Eze instead of Odegaard, but with Odegaard's performance against Brighton in the last game, I'm keeping Odegaard in the starting 11. Watkins is always a gunner. It won't surprise me if he scores again. Arsenal needs to be ready 100%. Me too. I think he's going to score on his birthday tomorrow. And for me, with Arsenal's defending lately, like having Gabriel back is a huge advantage going into this game. We should not make any margin of error defensively, but also individual errors leading to goals. Yes, we've been lucky to get a lot of own goals in the previous games, but we shouldn't even be in a situation where we're 1-0 up and then suddenly it's 1-1. We've been in that situation recently tons of times. And it's quite frustrating. It's quite frustrating that against 20th place Wolves, that was the performance we had. Yeah, we're getting by with 3 points, but for me, it's not sustainable, and it's not something that a title-winning team performs like. Reno Z, how you doing? I did speak about Yildiz on Rory's channel. There are rumors that he's going to renew his contract, but I'll be surprised if Juve don't cash in on him because I know Juve needs the money, so we're here after Yildiz. That guy's a baller, man, and I'd love to have him on the wings at the Arsenal. He's a quality signing. Lucas says, my lineup is Raya, Urian Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Gyökeres, and Trossard. I guess he's going with the understanding that Calafiori is not going to be available tomorrow. For me, the Calafiori injury is really questionable on what happened. You guys saw in Arteta's post-match conference, after the game against Brighton. He said it was an awkward injury. He didn't go into any details, and we haven't heard anything since the post match against Brighton on Calafiori's situation. So I hope it's just mind games, and I hope he'll be fine for tomorrow's game. For me, him, Timber, and Declan Rice are up there for player of the season so far. I know we're halfway through the season, just about, and 2026 is right around the corner. Tomorrow's game, definitely, I'm nervous for. I really hope this is not a moment where Arsenal shit the bed when the pressure comes to us. Hi, guests on watching on Twitter, and I know you just messaged me. I'll message you back after. He says, own goal again, ole, ole. We'll take another own goal tomorrow. Own goal has more goals than our striker from Sweden at the moment. Sadek, I hope you had a good holidays too and a good Christmas. I hope 2026 is brighter year for us all. Football aside, this year has gone by fast. And sports-wise, I really want Arsenal to win a trophy this season. You guys know we've been crying out loud for a trophy. Even to go further in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, previous seasons were out of domestic competitions early on, and I hope that's not the case with Arsenal going into 2026. We soon have to play Liverpool at the Emirates, which I think is going to be a good game on January the 8th after we play Fulham. After they play Fulham, and we have to play Bournemouth going into the new year. We're playing Bournemouth at Vitality Stadium. That's going to be an interesting one with Semenyo. You guys know Semenyo is currently linked to finalize a move going to Manchester City, which means the future of Oscar Bob and Omar Marmoush, Savinho are up in the air. Of course, everyone decides to message me when I'm live, and when I'm not live, nobody messages me. But this is the year where Arsenal definitely have to win a trophy, and even if we won a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, it would lift the pressure off some of the players and the manager going into the trying to challenge the Sharks of Man City. Tony Claude Gunner TV. Tony, my paddy, I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good holiday season. I know I didn't forget and I didn't postpone the show, but we'll work towards the show that we want to do together. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a while, Tony. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Anthony, Adam, Jordan. Own goal player of the month. Happy New Year, everyone. I know. I'm brushing up on my Italian. I'm learning a few here and there. Reno Z. I'm working on to sign for Yildiz. My skills are brushing up for Yildiz. But if we can't, realistically, I don't think Arsenal will sign anyone in January. I know some people were saying Kobe Manu would be a shout, England star. But Arsenal are not typically the club to do business in January unless a market opportunity was to arise. In that case, I really don't think Arsenal will spend the money in January. And with Kai Havertz coming back from injury, I don't think Arsenal will go and spend money in the market. With the situation of Ethan Nwaneri, that's a situation that's really unfortunate to see. I know they're trying to manage minutes wise in terms of his injury that he had before. I think the best opportunity here for his development and to not hinder his development would be to send Ethan Nwaneri out on loan. Keep in mind, people that are against sending Nwaneri out on loan were the same people that said William Saliba would not come back from being loaned out twice before he got his opportunity at Arsenal. And yes, you can say Ethan Nwaneri should be fighting for his place in the starting 11, but you can see even in the Carabao Cup game against Crystal Palace, we're finding ways to play around not including Ethan Nwaneri, and that's questionable and that's worrying for me, for his development, and to hopefully get better as a player, to grow physicality-wise and mentally. I would send him out on loan. I think that's the right opportunity and the right decision that Arsenal should make. Reno Z, confident about them keeping Yildiz. I did see rumors that you are going to renew his contract. Big up Tony. He says, smash the likes up for my party. Big up Smell. Tony, you are always loved here. And if you don't already know, check out Tony Clock Gunner TV. Really good views on the Arsenal. And he does include people that are against Mikel Arteta, but it's a really good conversation. Healthy discussions are what we like to have on here. And Jose, been the root of the problem, which is the manager. You know, it's quite frustrating, the Waneri situation, like what's happened. Have they fallen out with Arteta? We don't really know the ins and out of it, and I don't think we're ever going to know what's happened in the behind the scenes. But for me, for his development wise, the best opportunity would be to get him out on loan. And this season, Jose, like if we go trophyless again this season, I don't think personally the KSC would fire Mikel Arteta. I think they've invested way too much in Mikel Arteta. He's already signed an extension. I don't see them terminating his contract and paying him out what he's owed. But if we were serious, someone like a Simeone, Luis Enrique would have already won with the team that we have now. The squad that we have now is so good. Like, it's not that we have average players. We don't necessarily have average players. We have a quality squad, but it's either the system we play, which isn't going to be changed. It's so frustrating to see that, you know, we always come close instead of getting things over the line. Do you think you will score from open play confidently? Yes, I do think we'll score from open play. But Adam, let me flip this back to you. And I know Sam Greenwood mentioned this in the group chat earlier. A lot of people are saying like, oh, own goals are this and own goals are that. But to be honest, in order to create those own goals, your team has to be quite good for the opposition to score in their own net. You know what I mean? It's not like we're not creating those chances. We are creating those chances. And the other thing I want to say is people blaming the Gyökeres situation on Bukayo Saka not passing to Gyökeres. That's like a double-edged sword. Bukayo Saka has the most assists in Arsenal, one of the most assists in the Premier League, and it doesn't make sense when people are saying that. Gyökeres is not getting service from Bukayo Saka. He literally got the assist for the Odegaard goal against Brighton, mind you. So if you're trying to defend Victor Gyökeres, the last thing you want to do is say that Bukayo Saka is not passing the ball to Gyökeres when he's creating so many crosses, but Gyökeres is nowhere there or nowhere near to show for it. So let me know, folks, what you think going into this game tomorrow. It is definitely a high-power game for Arsenal tomorrow, a high-pressure game, more importantly. I feel more nervous than when we played Liverpool at Anfield and a North London derby. I feel more nervous than playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. This is a game where the manager knows Mikel Arteta really well. I am going to go for a 2-1 Arsenal win. I pray to God that this comes true. Guys, if we draw tomorrow, it will feel like a loss. There's no sugarcoating. There's no flapping about it. If we draw tomorrow, it will feel like a loss, especially with us having an unbeaten record at home. We've won every single game at home except the Man City game in which we drew. For me, a draw will feel like a loss. Going into tomorrow's game, I really hope Arsenal get the job done, get this fixture out of the way, and then move on to the rest of the season. What's your prediction for tomorrow, Tyrell? I'm going with 2-1 Arsenal. My heart says we'll draw, but I really hope we get it over the line. More importantly, Arsenal haven't had a convincing performance in a while this season. And if we could have a convincing performance against Aston Villa, this Aston Villa team, then that would be awesome to end the season with on a high. Jose says, my gut says we drop points. Me too. I'm feeling that. You know, whenever the pressure comes on Arsenal, we shit the bed, we fumble the bag, and you've seen it from time and time again. This time we have to play before Man City even play, and I think the pressure is going to get to us and some of these players. Let's see how our captain Odegaard does in these high-pressure moments. Will he fold, and how well we'll do under pressure? Big up, Dylan Kev. How are you doing? I know Man United have an easy game against Wolves at home. I think it's at Old Trafford, so that'll be a good game for you guys. Jose is going George Graham style 1-0 to the Arsenal. You can't go wrong with that. And I'm taking that and running at the end of the day. Guys, let me know your starting 11 for the Arsenal game. And do you think Calafiori will play? I hope it's just mind games. I'm assuming it's just mind games because we didn't hear anything since the Brighton game. And for me, he is crucial in that Arsenal back line. I already went over my lineups and my score prediction. This is a huge game for Arsenal and a huge test for us. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. I just thought I'd do a mini match preview going into the game tomorrow. If you do want to see a more in-depth version, I did talk about the game on Rory's channel. We did a podcast on Rory's channel today. I will link that in the live chat shortly. It was really good to talk with Rory also about possible January signings. I know we'll be focused on January signings soon. So although I don't think Arsenal will sign anyone, all the paper talk I'll be covering on my channel going into the new year. Rory's channel today, we did talk about some what positions we wanted to see signed, and I said I wanted a winger because I said I want to Yildiz. I think he would be a great addition to our squad. Static, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. It was nice to catch up with you a few weeks ago. I haven't forgotten your message. I will get back to you, Static. I've been all over the place with work, traveling locally, and personal stuff. So I haven't been live as much, but I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. Dylan Cab says, if we drop points to Wolves, there's something wrong with us. Dylan Cab, let me put this back to you. Man United have been playing quite well recently. And it's not before the Bruno Fernandes injury. And it wasn't just Bruno Fernandes like a one-man team. Dorgu performing. Your midfield finally got it together. I think Man United are in a better position than Chelsea are. And I do think Ruben Amorim's starting to get the team ticking. The players are starting to play for him. I think you guys are in much better shape than Chelsea are at the moment. And the table between 4th and 11th are so close right now. It's quite interesting to see how this will unfold later on in the season. I really hope we win tomorrow. I don't want City to be first, but Arsenal need to keep it together in terms of us not allowing so much points gap between the two teams. If Aston Villa draw or beat us at home tomorrow, it will be embarrassing. It will be pathetic, especially when we lost in stoppage time at the Villa Park Stadium just earlier this month. We need revenge, and this is a moment where we need the whole team to get it together collectively. Tomorrow's game really depends on our season, and going the next game after that, Bournemouth away at the Vitality Stadium, that should be a walk in the park for us. That's the game where you want to rest and rotate players. You want to do whatever you want. Go ahead, Arteta. We struggle to beat top 6 teams in the league. This is a moment where we can. We struggle to beat Unai Emery. Unai Emery has never lost against Mikel Arteta at the Emirates. So this is the game of the season, and it all comes down to tomorrow evening, 8:15 kickoff UK time, 3:15 Eastern Standard Time. I am nervous until the final whistle. Man, I'm praying that this team performs. The last few games we've been scraping by results. We've just been getting lucky with own goals and set pieces. Tomorrow, I don't care if it's an own goal. I don't care if it's a set piece goal. I don't care if David Raya has to score for us. We need to get the job done and move on to Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. You want to play Waneri there. You want to play Marley Salmon there. You want to play a half-fit Kai Havertz, go ahead. But tomorrow's game, there are no room for margins of error. It is huge and pivotal, as Tony Collett says, of our season. This is a season-defining game tomorrow, and it is a time where Arsenal need to increase the gap between Man City. You guys know this Man City team are going to be adding Antoine Semenyo in January, which means the future of Oscar Bob, um, Omar Marmoush, and Savino are up in the air. Whereas Arsenal in January, we don't tend to do business. We tend to keep the squad that we have and make adjustments with players that are versatile within the squad that we already have. Tomorrow's game, it's season defining. And I hope by the end of this, when I'm back live here tomorrow, around the same time, you'll see me celebrating 3 points, and we'll all be here celebrating 3 points. I want nothing less than 3 points at the Emirates Stadium, and more importantly, get me a convincing performance. It's been a while since we've had a convincing performance, and tomorrow against the top 6 teams, we've not beat a team in the top 6. So this is quite important for us to get this over the line and get the job done. And we can do it. We have the squad to beat Villa. We need to show up, and it's at home. There's no excuses. I did hear the roof of the Emirates will be closed tomorrow to increase the atmosphere. Do whatever you got to do, but get the 3 points. It is crucial. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I just thought I'd go live to do a quick preview for the game. Thanks to everyone for your score predictions and your lineups. Tomorrow's game is showdown between our former manager, and it all comes down to the wire. New game week tomorrow. Good luck for Fantasy Premier League. Do make sure to make changes to your team if you haven't already. Those of you that have not already joined my Fantasy Premier League, you can still join. You'll be added for the game week tomorrow. I will be putting the link in the chat for tomorrow's game. I hope Emery doesn't beat Arteta tomorrow at the Emirates. Nothing short of 3 points is all I ask for. And let's come back here tomorrow and celebrate 3 points. My FPL league is a prize league for the top 2 winners in the league. There are over 1,800 members in the fantasy league right now, and I am somewhere around 500th in the league. Please don't look at me as an example of a good FPL manager, because I am having a horrible season right now. My friend Abu, if you're watching this, you're having an incredible season in Fantasy Premier League, and I should be taking advice from you on what transfers to make. If you haven't already used your wild card or bench boost, I suggest you using it now, or your free hit, because you'll get a new one in the new year, a new wild card in the new year. Good luck, everyone, for your FPL game week this upcoming week. Make sure to make the changes required that you need. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the watch along. We'll be live on Moss Sports World and my channel in a multi-stream for the game. I'm looking forward to it. Happy New Year to everyone in advance. I will be live before the New Year to wish you guys, so we'll probably do a stream then. I heard the winner gets $1,000. I wish that was the case. I'd be trying more with a lot more effort if that was the case. But I'm having a horrible Fantasy Premier League season. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. Take care, everyone. May Arsenal get the 3 points tomorrow, get the job done, and then relax as we go to Bournemouth away. That's a game where we should treat it like a training session, because Bournemouth are terrible in the league. Like even Semenyo can't save Bournemouth. And for me, his head is already at Man City. He's already got his moves that he wanted to Man City. It was just a release clause, and City activated it. We'll see what tomorrow brings for us. Hopefully 3 points on the board. And more importantly, we'll reveal the lineup tomorrow about 20 minutes before kickoff on my channel. If you haven't already followed me on all socials, Miss Melina, same as YouTube. Take care, everyone. I appreciate all of you tuning in. You could have been doing anything else with your time, but I appreciate all of you staying locked in right here. And please check out my appearance on Rory's channel today. That was a good podcast we did on Red RD on Rory's channel. talking all things Arsenal, review of the Brighton game, and a preview going into the Aston Villa game tomorrow. Thanks to Jose, Jordan, Reno Z, Tony Claude, Coachella, my favorite Chelsea fan, Static, Anthony, Adam, Luca, and Jack. Thank you, everyone who tuned in live. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time. We'll see you all tomorrow for the big showdown as Arsenal take on Unai Emery and Aston Villa. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Come on, you Gunners. Let's get the 3 points.